Okay, hello everybody. My name is Matt.
My name is Oscar.
And in these video series, we will share our more than 3 years of experience in trading, specialized in crypto trading, in automated trading. We will share some strategies. We will share also positive trading strategies, negative trading strategies, and lots more information related to trading as such. And especially if you're a beginner, we suggest that you watch all of these series, and it will give you more answers and also education for your future trading if you wish to start in such a field. So see you guys on these episodes and enjoy. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section and we will create special series and episodes just answering your questions. So enjoy the show. So hello everybody. In this first episode we will cover up our journey of how did we and Oscars actually started to get involved in trading, especially in automated trading, and how did we get involved in our discoveries and our, let's say, main research on trading, and especially automated trading on crypto. So yeah, just a quick question. First question: How did you actually get involved in this? What caught your interest in trading, and what were the first insights or impressions of trading when you looked at your first chart? What was or maybe first coin or first asset? What was your first impression of it?
Yes. It all started 3 years ago. Of course, I had more or less no understanding of what it is and how it works, because it's simply some kind of asset that's being traded on some exchanges, and I didn't even knew what a candlestick is. So the only thing that caught my interest is that it can be automated in some ways. So your idea was to automate all of this, and so I thought, yes, I could do some research in this area. So that's how it started. You just start with your first step and you see how it goes.
Just take the first step. And okay, so more than 3 years have passed since then. What is if you look at it from now to your past, what is the biggest, let's say, discovery of all that experience you have had with? What was the biggest, let's say, stepping stone, or the biggest understanding that helped you to start to become better at it? Or
I think there are, of course, some misconceptions about what is automatic trading, but we will discuss that in other series, so that's okay. But on the other hand, I think you don't have to limit your knowledge, and there are always new things that one can discover or to understand. But the last 3 years have been you have quite lots of different information you have to analyze and understand how it works together, and see the results and statistics, which I believe most people don't even notice or don't even see. So I think it will be interesting to share it.
Well, definitely. How I was involved in crypto, especially in trading, I don't think crypto is any different than normal stocks or normal assets. But maybe they have a different nature. Not maybe, but they have a different nature. But still, the basis of it still goes. The price still goes up and down, and that's what all the markets are doing. All the assets are doing. But when I look back at when I first started, I had this. I never wanted to be a manual trader. I never wanted to do manual trading, watch the charts, analyze some indicators. when I first saw this, I was just curious what it actually is, and can you actually automate it? Because if you can, then you don't need to actually worry about anything. You just turn on the system and it works. So that caught my attention too, because I was already developing lots of other things with computers, with programming, with IT solutions. So I was like, okay, let's try this. And then I decided, well, we need a bigger team. And then we decided to join up and start this amazing journey in trading. Not in trading, in automated trading. And when I look back to those days when I started, as Oscar also said, I didn't know anything about it, other than the idea that it goes up and down. But the main discovery was that, which really changed the perspective of how we developed the system further, was that there are no patterns. There are no buying patterns. I'm not saying that there are no patterns, but with this idea that there are no patterns, there are no buying patterns, there is no perfect buy zone, there is no perfect sell zone. If you start to understand this, then you start changing your overall strategies. Then you start changing your overall way of how you work with trading, and that was, I think, the most biggest improvement or discovery. And yet I call it the theory of probability, and I call it probability distribution. So let's say a couple of years passed, let's say 1 year, 2 years passed. What was the Bitcoin price when you started? Actually, that was a question. What was the first asset you bought? What was the how did you trade it? What did you do?
Well, if I remember correctly, the Bitcoin was trading around $3,000, but I think first month or two I only heard something about it and didn't even buy it. But then I thought, well, okay, I will buy then, Stellar Lumens and see how it goes. Of course, it went up really well because it was not the end of the parabolic run, but almost something between middle and the end. So there's still some place for profits left there, but I was quite, I would say, passive about investing, more or less only observing what's happening there.
Just turn it on and see how it goes.
Yes, so I think as for a beginner, it's good to start. If you don't know what you're doing, it's better to start and observe and try to simulate your trading rather than buying something which is quite expensive and it drops down. So I would be cautious there with that.
When I started, Bitcoin, the same, costed around 3,000. And I was so excited, and I just jumped in before the Oscar said Powerball, and I was I was halfly developing the software, and halfly I was also doing some trades. And I would say, when the market starts rising, all strategies work, and especially long strategies. If you buy and wait for the price to increase and then sell with profit, all strategies work. All traders become excellent in their trading skills, and everything is good, and all online trading bots are positive. They share or all the signal groups are positive. They share their signals and they show it how positive it is. But then everything becomes silent when the price starts dropping. And so I was lucky at that point when the price started to fall. I sold everything and eventually didn't win or didn't gain or didn't lose anything. I know some people lose a lot of money, and that's why we decided to make the show to just give you a little of more detailed explanation of how it actually works and what things you should be aware of. And I still am excited because this is so interesting. This is such an interesting field. And tell me now your experience. What happened after the Powerball? Everything started to drop down. There was Bitcoin was around 20,000, just went up to 20,000, and it started going down. What was your impression? Everything was going up for maybe 2 to 3, 4 years, and now it started crashing. What do you think? What was your impression? What was your ideas then?
At that time, I actually was also working with the software, and mostly all 2018 went just by simulating different strategies, understanding stop loss strategies, how you can be profitable with stop loss strategies, and testing all kinds of pattern tradings and understanding how trading groups work and lots of different things. So I would say the 2018 I almost did no trading, maybe some few 10 trades or something like that, and I was thinking that if you can figure out how it works, then definitely you don't need to think or invest your time to find when you should buy, when you should sell. You can somehow find the place where everything's in balance, and you know that at the end you will gain, not lose. So I was focusing on that, not so much thinking about what I should buy now or what should sell, because yes, prices were going deeply down and then up and then down, but I think 2018 was a range market, so there were no specific ups or downs, just ranging all the time.
I met one friend who's a manual trader, and he has made a fortune of it, and I asked him the same question, and he replied, well, yeah, of course he bought Bitcoin when it was around 200, 300, and everything goes well, but after the 20,000 price, when everything started to drop, he said, well, that's when you actually start to learn trading. And in my case, that was actually the same scenario as Oscar's. I didn't do that much. Well, I did more manual trading than Oscar's, but still, compared to automated trading, it was I would say nothing. And I wanted to ask, just at the end of this video, what sort of did you use backtesting for strategies? Did you use live testing for strategies? The strategy testing, I mean, what sort of technologies or software you were most interested in of using? What kind of tools you were using to test some strategies?
Yes, I think it's good to start with something that you do your backtesting, you have something to work with, but then after a while you understand that backtesting is only a small part of the game, that there are other measures how to understand market cycles. So we mostly developed, we started with one specific area, which is backtesting, and ended up with different sizing simulations and different tools, which I will just tell about later. So
stay tuned for the series, because we have a lot more to discuss.
It definitely will be interesting. I can guarantee.
All right. Just at the end of this video, I want to also a little bit expand what Oscar was saying. is that we used and we developed many tools, including backtesting, and not just backtesting for one market, for example, Bitcoin. We use backtesting for all markets, and we didn't use backtesting like RSI indicator or DMI or stochastics indicator. We were backtesting with all, not all, but most commonly ones that are out there. There's 30 indicators. And we were using also 6,000, 5,000 of indicator variables, RSI can be 1 minute RSI, 3 minute RSI, 5 minute RSI. You use all these time frames, and it end up with 5,000 to 6,000 of indicators for a certain period of the market. So Oskar also wanted to find out how does this stuff work. There are people who earn millions by this, and we just wanted to find out how this works. It wasn't actually about making money; it was actually finding out how this works. So in the next video, we will talk about strategies. We will talk about trading strategies. And how we started to develop trading strategies. So, thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, write them on comments, and we will make a special series only on answering your public questions. And please subscribe to this channel, because then you will see new episodes and new series. And bye, and thank you for watching this episode. My name is Matt.
My name is Oskar.
And see you on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.